We are so happy to have Brad Rempel of High Valley on Pure Country. How are you?
Really good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm excited because, and I know a lot of people are excited, but you are about to, I feel like in, just a few days, hit the road and you're in Canada for the whole month of February. How pumped are you to get to do that, but also to get to do that with Tim and the Glory Boys?
Yeah, exactly. We're so pumped. It's been a long time. Last time we did a headlining tour was in Canada. Last time we did a headlining tour was 10 years ago, and the Reclaws were a brand new act that we were introducing to everybody. They hadn't even been on the radio or anything. We just had a mutual friend. We almost took out Carly Pierce.
No way.
Carly Pierce and Cam and Jada Dreyer. We had narrowed it down to those three artists. And I'd been friends with Carly. She didn't have any singles either at the time. Cam had just come out with Burning House, and
Oh.
she got pitched. And but then my buddy Matt Greaves said, "Hey, there's this band called the Reclaws," and so we were just like, "Sure, sounds fun." And so that was 10 years ago. But we did a headlining tour a little bit ago with Paul Brandt, and they
Yep.
called it a co-headlining tour. But if you're smart, when you co-headline with Paul Brandt, he's definitely the headliner.
And
So
you probably growing up in Alberta, you were probably like this, okay, like what a cool moment, like full circle to get to go on tour with Paul Brandt.
absolutely, yeah. And man, Tim and the Glory Boys, like they're so much fun. They're hilarious. They're
Yeah.
obviously incredibly talented, and so I wouldn't say that we're introducing people to them. I think most people already know who they are, and but a lot of people might not have seen them live. So
Yeah.
I think they're going to be really shocked and just at how comfortable they are up on stage. I knew Tim growing up. I remember my wife bought tickets to see Tim because he was this very famous Christian rock star that we'd follow around in a band called Starfield. And so he's very comfortable up on stage. He knows how to work a crowd, and we better have them open for us quickly while we still can.
And as you mentioned, like anybody who follows them on social media will know this, and I've been fortunate enough to get to spend a lot of time with them in person, but they are hilarious and they are a
Yeah.
lot of fun. So I just want to know, how prepared are you to be on the road with them? Because I can only imagine that that is going to lead to some sort of prank at some point, or at least there is going to be some memorable stories with them on the road.
Oh yeah, there'll be some shenanigans for sure.
Yeah.
My job, and I'm unfortunately famous for this, is like being the most boring person on the road. So what I normally do is wake up really early while everybody's just going to bed, and then right around 2 in the afternoon is when I hear all the stories of what happened the night before. So I got to wear many hats because I'm also their manager. So I got to just
Right.
like hope and pray that everything works out good for them on this
Yeah.
crazy road trip.
What a like fun thing for them, because they're like, yes, also exciting because they're going on tour with High Valley, but they're like also our managers, so we have to really be on our best behavior.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
I
so
know
funny.
they're great. It's a great relationship, and I think our fans are literally the exact same fans. So it should be. I have no worries at all wondering if our fans are going to love their
Yeah.
music.
No, it's a tour that just makes so much sense and such great music. I have to say, like, I've been a High Valley fan. Obviously, I've known you for a very long time. I've been going to your shows forever. I've always loved High Valley's music, but I feel like the music that you guys are releasing right now is some of the best music that I've
Oh,
ever heard.
thank you.
Like, it is
Thank you.
so good.
I feel like it's weird because I'm trying to teach my son this right now with sports is like the more you can let yourself go and not be afraid, the more you can truly reveal the best
Mhm.
of what you have to offer. And that's way easier said than done. Um, but with songs like Not Yet and Bye Boy Baseball that we just teased yesterday, it's like stuff that I just love so much, and I really, as much as I love our fans, I truly do not care if
Yeah.
somebody loves or hates it, and I don't know if you call that confidence or ignorance or stupidity, but whatever it is, it does feel good to just say I love this, let's let everybody hear it. And that's also kudos to the way the world is right now, where if everybody hates it, you can just record another 50 songs and put them, like, there's so much music coming out all the time that
Yeah.
there's a little less pressure, I would say, to overthink and overanalyze. And I think it's just a great opportunity for every artist to like be themselves and keep putting out what they love. And you're really seeing my son, my 12-year-old, is obsessed with all these artists I've never heard of, who sing really slow, really acoustic country songs with out of tune guitars, and they sound like, it's just so laid back, and they're just, I guess, being themselves and probably sitting on their bed in their bedroom recording it in GarageBand, and it's going viral, and people like my 12-year-old are freaking out about it. So I think that's awesome.
Yeah. And I think too, it's got to be, I mean, at this point in your career, it's freeing because, when you first start out, you're trying to find your sound, you're trying to fit in a lane and figure out what that is. And now you're at a point where, your fans, I think they're going to love it no matter what, but you're also going to maybe give them songs that they didn't even know they needed from High Valley. And then they're like, oh, we love this too. And I feel like just the songs that you've teased so far and released so far, it touches on all the things that High Valley is and focuses on, like faith and family, but also, you can go to a High Valley concert and be jumping up and down like you're, in a club.
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely, we got to be up there in the highest beats per minute in country music history, I would think. But it's funny, I was writing the other day, my buddy Tom Luteran from Sony Publishing had me writing with one of his artists. And he said, the drill, Brad, nothing under 100 beats per minute. I'm not getting them to write with you for some kind of slow song. I'm like, okay, I know what I'm known for. But we also, like you said, we do like to have those family messages in our songs. And I'm not, running for prime minister or anything, but if I was, I'd probably, Bye Boy Baseball would be my campaign song, because I'm not like depressed or sad about it or anything quite. But when I look around right now at kids and the world, and I see like families going out for dinner and it's just a bunch of people staring at their phones and not even hanging out, I literally wish there was some kind of federal mandate where you could say, quit buying your kids iPads and buy them a baseball or a football or a hockey stick or a pair of skates or a horse. Like, just get these kids outside, because we write all these songs about this outdoor country backroads life and everybody loves it and everybody goes to the shows. But are we really passing that on to our kids? Or are they all going to have no clue what we're talking about in 10 years because all they've seen is something they could fit in their hand and stare at? So Bye Boy Baseball, maybe the most I've ever preached in a song, and I'm not trying to be preachy, but it is my favorite song that I've ever wrote. And I really, really hope a lot of people hear it.
Yeah, as soon as I heard the teaser, I was like, oh, this is definitely one we're going to have on repeat because, we have a little boy and a lot of our friends do that thing with the phones and they think we're crazy because we're like, no, like we don't want that. And you know what? He will find, a piece of Play-Doh and roll it into a ball and he's playing catch in, on the back porch. And I'm like, I would way rather that than, the alternative. But I mean, we also grew up, like you said, in that time, which I'm hoping we can bring that, type of lifestyle back. Cause I never watched television. I was outside all the time as a kid. I didn't want to be indoors. So this kind of music, I think that's why I've always loved your music, is because it's just that feel good. Even there's songs that, are somewhat sad. It still has like an uplifting melody and message to it. So
Thank you.
cannot wait for this tour. And Small Town Somethin, since you have released that song, that I can't do it because I can't sing quite like you can, but it is stuck in my head.
Yeah, it's a little ear candy, the little train noise there, the woohoo, choo choo. I don't know what that thing is.
The woohoo choo choo is constantly in my mind. And as a songwriter, like a lot of people, I think you don't talk about it as much, but you do write so many incredible songs for other artists, and you're a great songwriter, of course, of the songs that you guys release. Is it fun for you to kind of take the High Valley hat off and just go into a writing room and write for whoever it is and not you know, feel so much pressure with your own songs?
Yeah, it's fun. There's some people that I love right now. I just met this new kid, Owen Riegling. Do you
He's
say
awesome.
Riegling or Riegling? I never asked him.
Reeling?
Yeah, okay. And we wrote together the other day. He's super talented,
Yeah,
really original. Josh Ross, who now is a buddy of mine, but I just met him last year, and I jumped on the Nickelback tour with him, and we wrote for about 5 days. And
nice.
thankfully, I've got 3 songs on his new album coming out, and
Cool.
you'll recognize one that's pretty upbeat. That's definitely got some of that High Valley swagger to it a little bit. But so yeah, I love just sitting there and like with an artist, and now I'm the writer. And I'm so used to being the artist in the room, and the other people are the writers. So it's a cool moment for me, and I've got to experience that with. I don't know. I'm trying to remember the Canadians that I've had lately. Sasha, Ali Walker, some of these newer artists.
Yep.
It's fun just to kind of try and share any tips I can about like things to not do. And they already know this stuff. All these kids now are like so much smarter than I was when I came to town. So they're kind of up to speed on what to do and what not to do. But anything I can do to help and kind of course, I love writing. So if I can write something that's going to help their career, it's a win-win for me and for them.
Awesome. I have to ask because you've got an amazing set of dates on the Small Town Something tour, but last date is in Toronto, right?
Yeah.
So has Justin Bieber reached out? Is he coming?
You know what? I haven't. I've been on the phone with you for so long. I haven't seen
Okay.
my last few texts, so I'll have to get back to you. But
Fingers are crossed.
I know Justin Bieber is friends with Wayne Gretzky, and Wayne Gretzky is the most famous person that I've never met. And I'm thinking if I can get Bieber to the show in Toronto, maybe he can introduce me to the great one, and my life will be complete.
I am gonna set all of the best vibes towards you so that happens. You've got time. You've got
Yeah.
time. There is still time for that to happen. But is there a spot that you haven't been to in a while and is coming up on the Small Town Something tour that you're most maybe looking forward to getting back to? Obviously, all the dates are going to be awesome, but
Yeah. I mean, Toronto, of course, is a huge one just because it's the city in Canada that everybody talks about. But I would say for us, the hometown shows are going to be Edmonton, and even though Dawson Creek is in BC, not Alberta, it's barely into BC, so it's actually the closest show to my hometown.
nice.
So I'm going to have a lot of family, and my wife's from 45 minutes out of Dawson Creek, so I'm going to have a lot of family and in-laws, and I think we just do the rest of the tour to make enough money to pay for all the tickets we have to buy for Dawson Creek and Edmonton.
All the free ones you got to give away. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we are so excited to have you guys back in Canada on the road. Small Town Something tour. If you guys don't have your tickets, I know some of the shows are already sold out, which is incredible for you. But for all the fans out there, make sure you guys get your tickets because I promise you it will be one of your favorite shows that you guys go to. So thank you so much, Brad Rempel, High Valley, joining us on Pure Country.